Good morning, everybody. Caleb again. Thought I'd spend a few brief seconds before my shave elaborating on some things you can do a refresh and touch up your edge real quick, especially if you're a traveling shaver. One of the things you can do is you can go out and you can buy a vintage barber's hone and use this as your light edge repair tool and to thin the edge. It's not really for honing. It is more for 4 to 12 laps probably with lather or mineral oil. This one happens to be a Swati, a Franz Swati, made in made in Austria. I use this with mineral oil or lather. It's fairly fine. It performs fairly fine. Probably in the 8,000 range, 7 to 8. This here is a Boss Barber. It's not as fine. In my opinion, after you've learned it, it's probably going to perform in the 4,000 to 6,000 grit range-ish. Another one I use that is fine is a Hickory brand, and it performs probably 7 to 8 again in that area. It's just not quite as fine as the Swati, I would say. And then you follow that up with your surgical black Arkansas that you've used or surfaced until it takes on about that sheen. Just trying to help those who might be interested in going back to simpler things, simpler ways. That's about the finish you want, moist. Take that, move that out of the way. Anyway, we're going to be using Proraso White with my smoked bore. It's an old favorite of mine. I like to use it on my days off especially. With those barber hones, less is more a lot of the time. A lot of them are, to be honest, a bit coarse. And they're not really supposed to be shaving straight off that edge, in my opinion. Now, you use the right technique, you can, but you have to know what you're doing. I wouldn't recommend a newbie to try to shave off of a barber hone's edge, unless perhaps you had a Barber's Delight Escher or something, in which case it's not, in my opinion, that's not a synthetic barber hone. Of course, it's a natural, but it's not really a hone. It is a hone, but it's a natural hone and a very fine one in most cases, I would say. But with a black or a translucent Arkansas or a true hard from Dan's, you can get a very keen, very smooth, yet crisp edge on your razor. And it doesn't really matter what razor you're using as long as the steel is good. An Arkansas will put a good edge on it with a little time and experimentation on your side. I think if you're going to straight razor shave, I think you owe it to yourself to learn how to refresh and at least do your mid-level work. And not only that, at $15 to $30 a pop for every single rehone. you'll save yourself money in the long run. A nice quality Arkansas stone. I'm going to get my ears lowered today, I hope. But I had enough of all this hair. It's becoming an embarrassment to me. Not to mention it's harder to keep under your hairnet at work. Pike barber hones are good in my estimation. I'm not sure if they're better than a Swati. I'm not in the my hone's better than your hone game. Last one. I have noticed that under my loop, Swatis and Pikes, and for that matter that hickory, all seem to give a very uniform scratch pattern, whereas quite a few others seem to give a little bit of a hit or miss. You might get one section that's a bit more aggressive, and then you go a couple of inches over and it's different. Or you go to a different one. I probably have 20 or 30 barber homes, something like that. Not trying to brag, it's just what I have. And I nicked my lip where it joins my nose. Not having a very good week. You have these sometimes. Or if you're like me, excuse me, keep forgetting it's attached to my mirror. Sheesh. All right. It's always frustrating. That one spot on my chin where the hair grows backwards. Not really sure how that happened genetically. But it did. So I have to deal with it. Every once in a while, you'll miss a spot. No worries. Yep, there's that. Everything else is good to go. Folks, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all have great shaves. And avoid those weepers. Steady hand will keep you from crying later. That's for sure. Though I will say one thing. My worst day of straight razor shaving is better than my best day ever with a cartridge. Folks, enjoy your shaves. Keep them smooth. I'll see y'all later. Holler at me anytime.